Hey everyone, it's Brandon here, otherwise known as the Cone Killer. Wanted to put this video out. I've been trying to do it for the past 2 days, but got sick. Been pretty sick. On my day off, I actually recorded it, and it didn't record properly. So I'm just going to do this one straight through, make it nice and simple. We're going to take a lap around Watkins Glen for those who asked for some tips around here to try and help you get a little better. The key for road courses is definitely to be careful with your tires, be careful with your throttle. Make sure you're not giving too much throttle out of the corners, spinning tires, and make sure if you brake earlier than you think you're supposed to. That'll really help you get in the corners, keep you from locking up tires, and keep you from driving too far in the corners and maybe losing a position behind you. So as we come out of turn 8 here, I'll give you a guided lap here on Watkins Glen. And don't worry too much about the times. The weather and time of day on here might be different than what you run. So here on my first brake marker going into turn 1, it's going to be this yellow light here. Before the 300, you definitely want to brake. My safe braking point is this yellow light. I'm going to get hard on the brakes there. I'm go down into second gear, and I'm going to use a good portion of this. You don't want to get all the way on it, because then your car will start to get a little loose if you get too much on it and you're still on the banking. A little bit of curb there, and there's plenty of out here, so plenty of curbing to use on exit. You just have to be very careful when you get back on the throttle, because the tires will spin very easily. So feel free to use all of the curbing you need there. Now coming up through the S's here, now we want to make sure that we use the curbing. The curbing is going to be on the insides of every turn. So that's turn what? 1, 2. It's turn 2, I believe, yeah. So turn 2 there, bottom of the S's. Now here I'm feathering the throttle too. You don't want to be hard on the throttle through here. So you're going to end up pushing the car too hard, and you'll end up steering more to make up for that. But what you're doing and you're not realizing is maybe the car will start turning the first few laps of a run, but over time your front tires will wear out because you're using them too much to steer. When the car doesn't want to steer, it's going too fast. And so you'll end up losing front grip a lot faster. So be easy on the throttle. When the car is going straight, you can obviously get back on the throttle a little more. You'll see right here when I want the car to rotate and it's not necessarily rotating, I'll usually get off the throttle a little bit, aim for the curb here, get some curb there, and then out. That's 1, 2, 3. So out of the S's there. You can use the curb here. I don't necessarily. I just stay tight to the curb. And you'll see right here the difference in curbing. Whenever you see this white and black curb, you definitely want to stay off of it. You don't want to be running on that. When you see white curbing, that's curbing that you want to run on. This one won't hurt your car very much. So as we come out here, be very careful not to run out too far. You can use a little bit of this, but if you run into the grass while you're accelerating, you're going to spin out, cause a lot of havoc. So as we come down here to the bus stop, and go ahead and look again for the yellow light. And usually for the 600 marker, this is going to be your safe braking point. I think on this lap, I brake right at the 600. You can start coming down a little bit more because you can use a lot of this curbing through the bus stop. But my safe braking point, where I like to consistently go, and I consistently use safe braking points to help me save tires throughout a run. You may feel like you can get some more speed out of it, but it's always better to brake earlier, because you know that you'll save tires. So on lap 10, lap 15, lap 20, you're able to push your car a little harder than those guys who maybe push their cars hard the first few laps. So here I brake right at the 600, same as turn 1, hard on the brakes, and down to second gear, I believe. Now here, through the bus stop, you can use all this curbing. You won't really get off track unless you get into the grass. So I think here, I use all the curbing there, as you can see. Little in the grass. I did not get an off track for this. Now you'll see here, I get back on the brakes because I'm trying to turn the car, and I can tell that the car's going straight too much still, and it's not turning when I tell it to turn. So I want to slow the car down to get that grip back into the front tires. So braking transfers the weight to the front of the car. It allows the front tires to grip a little more, bite in the track, and help me get around this turn. And through the bus stop and out is where you really want to focus. You can gain a lot of time through here, especially on the guys in front of you, and you can even make some passes through here if you're good enough. There's lots of curb there. Here I don't use the curb as much. Whoa, that looks weird. Here I don't use the curb as much. You can get on it a little more, but really you want to focus on getting a nice straight exit out of here. As soon as you feel the car straight, your wheels straight, get back on the gas. Now through the carousel here, this is turn, what? Turn 6, technically, on this layout. You can run in the middle. It's alright. I usually run on the bottom. And here is where you have to really be careful. As you see, my steering wheel never really passes a certain point. Yes, I could get on the gas harder and turn more, but I'm going to hear my tires scrubbing. And the more you hear your tires scrubbing and squealing, the more your tires are wearing. So the less of that you have, the more wear is going to be left in your tires as you go on in the run. So here I'm really easily controlling my throttle, not turning too far. And as soon as I see these cones pop up, I'm going to cockpit real quick. As soon as I see these cones pop up in my front view here, I know it's just about time to get out of this corner. And so unfortunately this scanned iRacing version of Watkins Glen doesn't have the runoff out here, so you have to be very careful. But I'll go ahead and start. I know that that's my acceleration point, and so I'll slowly start getting back on the throttle through there. Little loose there. That's where you got to be careful on the throttle. Coming out of the corners, very, very careful. If you do get loose, just try to catch it as quick as possible. So here I could have came out a little bit further. That loose part really got me, but you can come out, out here to the runoff. Just, again, be very simple. You want to leave all this grass for Reno. That's his job, cutting all the grass. Your job's staying on track here. Be very careful, come out of the corners. And now this one coming up, turn 7, a little tricky. I go up to 4th gear there. My braking point's going to be this last patch of grass right here, well before the 300 marker. I'm going to be hard on the brakes again. Go down to 3rd gear. And you can get close to this curbing. Kind of reminds me of turns off of the Nürburgring a little bit. Got some good banking to it. So really focus on your exit here. You have a good patch of curbing to use out here. Just be careful because there's gravel on the other side of that. See, and through here I'm not even full throttle out of the corner. I'm easing my throttle out because I know that if I full throttle it, I'm going to spin the tires or spin out. But either way, if I give too much gas here, I know that my rear tires are going to wear more. So the whole thing with road courses is just keeping in mind that slower might be slower, but it will be faster over time. You'll see around lap 10, you'll start passing guys who pass you on lap 1, and you'll wonder why. It's because you were going slower at the start, saving your equipment for when the time really mattered, and you can gain so much time on people who use up their equipment in the first few laps. It's out of the corner here. Now here, a brake marker you can use is before the end of the tire barrier, before the wood post here. All I really do here is as the race goes on, you'll see the groove. If you don't know what the groove is, it's basically the part of the track that builds all the rubber in it. That's called the groove. And so that's where everyone's running. That's where the rubber is going to be built up. So you'll see where the groove starts. I only have this on 30%, so it's hard to see. But about right here. That's where I know everyone's braking at, and so I'm going to brake there. Again, if there's no groove, you can use, okay, I need to brake before the end of the tire barrier. Here I probably braked a little early, so before the end of the tire barrier is a good bet. Down to 2nd. Same as turn 7 here, just right-hander. Stay off the curbing, black and white curbing. And lots of Marcus Ambrose, Brad Keselowski room out here to fight with the people in front of you or to make a good run off the corner. Lots of curbing there. Again, careful of the grass. Everywhere here, careful of the grass, careful of the grass. You get one tire on that, you're going to spin out. Not going to be good. And then down the road and across the line. So remember, front stretch, brake here. If you brake a little later, it's okay. If you make a mistake, it's fine. You have so much runoff room over here. But really, it's better safe than sorry at road courses, so I would brake right here at this yellow light. That would be my safe braking point. So that's pretty much it. Road courses, remember, take it nice and easy. Remember, you're saving your equipment. It's like ovals, but there's a lot less full throttle that goes into it. It's Not necessarily here at Watkins Glen, because we have the front stretch and the back stretch, and then that run coming into turn number 7. So there are some full throttle portions, but a lot of the technical parts, the S's, the bus stop, you're not hard on the gas. It's like that with a lot of road courses. You're not hard on the gas. You're saving your tires. You're saving your front tires too by not being hard on the gas through turns and not trying to steer your way through it. Saying I can go faster if I push the pedal and just steer a little more. When sometimes the faster thing to do is just let off the pedal just a little bit, and you'll notice that you'll get some more grip in your front and your car will start turning again. Sometimes that's the fastest way. So I hope you guys enjoyed some of my knowledge of the road course. I'm going to throw it for a cockpit lap. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, have some fun. I'll talk to you guys soon.